I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody that was somehow connected. Either they were a member or an advisor, or I don't know. But it was someone that had something to do with the Margaret Thatcher government, who said that Thatcher was the kind of person who you needed to basically manipulate. All right. If you wanted to get her to approve of an idea of yours, you would have to basically make her think that it was her idea, that she came up with it. You understand? Because her ego was such that if you presented it as your idea and you were trying to impose your will upon her or impose your idea upon her, she would reject it. You had to make it seem to her as though she'd come up with it herself. Okay? Now, this is relevant to this particular story here. Deontay Wilder says it ain't so much what Malik Scott has taught him, it's what Malik Scott has brought out of him. He's basically brought out of him what he already knows. So I'm going to quote him here. He said, "It ain't so much of what Malik has taught me, it's just so much of what I've already known that he's brought out of me." You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, when they see me, they're going to be like, oh, Malik taught him this and taught him that. And Malik will tell you himself, he's like, it ain't nothing I taught, bro. It's just what I've been able to bring out of him that my previous trainers couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Because, with Malik, he can bring the best out of me. He can bring it because of that brotherhood we have. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole brotherhood stuff because whatever. But I don't believe Deontay Wilder here. I just think he's so narcissistic and he's so delusional that you can't tell him to do anything. This is what his old trainer, Mark Breland, said. You can't tell Deontay Wilder nothing. He thinks he knows it all. And so Malik Scott is looking at it and saying, okay, well, I have to not act like I'm teaching him anything. I have to basically tell him, I'm not teaching you anything, Deontay. I'm just bringing out of you what you already know. And in doing that, you'll actually get Deontay Wilder to cooperate by making him think that all of this stuff is actually his own idea. That's the kind of person you're dealing with Deontay Wilder. That's how unintelligent he is, how narcissistic he is, and so on. But at the end of the day, if it gets results, then it's worth it. And we will see in this rematch with Tyson Fury whether it actually gets results. And for me, results would be doing better than he did in the second fight. Not necessarily winning. If he goes in there, let's say it goes the distance, and it's relatively close, Tyson Fury wins it by, let's say, 3 points, that's a big improvement on the second fight, isn't it? So, we'll see. The proof is in the pudding at the end of the day. But this is just another insight into the mindset of Deontay Wilder. Oh, I've always been able to do all this stuff. Well, if you look at him on the pads with Malik Scott, if you look at the moves that he's making, all the feints and all the things that Malik Scott is telling him to do, I've never seen Deontay Wilder do any of this stuff before. I've watched countless hours of Deontay Wilder training videos over the years. So many of his fights. I've never seen Deontay Wilder do any of this. So if he had it in his locker all along, why not bring it out in a fight? Why not show it in certain pad sessions? I think he's full of BS. He's just too egotistical to accept the fact that people know more than he does, that people can teach him things. So you have to manipulate him into believing that, well, no, I'm not teaching you anything, Deontay. I'm just bringing out of you what you already know. I'm just reminding you of what you already know. That's the kind of guy he is. Joke business. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.